Hello.
Hello.
Are we getting a good reception?
Not down there, you're not.
Okay.
So,
The last one for the Mass Effect team.
yeah, we promise it is the last one, absolutely the last one, until we do some more.
Yeah. Comment if you want some more. Possibly do some more in the future when the 2nd edition rulebook comes out. Possibly.
So, the last one we have got Mordin Solus.
Everyone's favourite. What's the race called?
Solarian, dear.
Well.
Just a shame we won't shut them up.
Well. Everyone's favourite Solarian because the others are pretty equivalent to elves, fantasy elves, I should say.
Yeah,
where they're all stuck up and hello there. Except they talk a lot faster and they live to about 40, 50 odd.
So yes, Mordin. We have again 3 blood. You can move 3 because he's lightly armoured. He's got a reaction of 7, which is jointly highest with Thane, because he's a Solarian and he's fast, kind of thing. Armour of 1, mainly because he's a doctor, light armoured. Armour failure 4, which is the next best to tally. He's got courage of 3, ER 2, and a repair of 6. Now, weapon wise, he's got 3 incendiary grenades, because if anyone has played the Mass Effect 2, you know he has the incendiary power, which can set people on fire, which is also always good for a laugh.
Kinda works the same. Granted, you can't use it all the time, but kinda works the same sort of way.
So, incendiary grenades, we have a range of 2 card lengths, strength 1, and they are +1 armour failure and +2 to your courage test on your next activation. Well, target's next activation, obviously. We also have cryo shot, which is FN6. It's short range only. Some sort of pistol, I imagine.
Yeah, effectively.
Target loses its next activation.
Because you're frozen.
So frozen solid. Load and move. Load. So you can only use it every 2 turns.
Load and aim, use every 2 turns, yeah.
You just got load, not load and aim.
Alright, so that should be it. Yeah, use every 2 turns, yeah.
I was right, you see. Yeah. Yeah. Right, then you've got +1 FN if he moves. In melee, he's got a taser fist. Now I'm going to go on a limb and say you did that because of the Sirkesh mission on Mass Effect 3, when he zaps that guy in the back of the head.
I have to stop this.
No, you don't. So yeah, if you haven't seen that bit, go and buy the game, go and play it, and get to that bit, and then go ha ha ha.
Or better still, buy the trilogy.
Yeah.
You're better off for it.
Yes. We accept donations from BioWare for this plug. Thank you, BioWare. Yes, taser fist, melee range, obviously. It's strength 2, 1 attack versus 1 target, and the target is +2 armor failure, and it does 2 blood on robots or mechanical things.
Yep.
Which there aren't any in the game unless you're playing the things that we're doing.
The specialist squads and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah. If you're not playing what we're doing, then copy it and go and play it, because it's damn fun.
So his personal abilities?
Yes, is Doctor.
Which is, he can repair anyone within melee range. So he has to be in melee range to do it.
Yep.
It takes up his activation. He can obviously snap to cover. But he uses repair roll at +2. Now his repair roll normally is 6, so he needs 8s, which you might think is a bit high, but he can do it all the time.
Yes, it's not a med kit where it has a limited number of uses. He can do this every turn.
Yep.
Which is why it's slightly higher than normal.
He's doing it on the fly. He's got nothing with him, but he's a doctor. He's used to doing it under pressure.
And then you've got Scientist, which is -1 FN, +1 melee versus targets of the same race the model killed. Explain.
Now, this is a bit iffy unless you do specialist squads, which again, a bit hit and miss. So bear with us. Well, while we come up with different squads and whatnot to use with these, because at the start they were supposed to be different teams to go against them, like the Geth,
yes,
Cerberus, Collectors,
yeah, Collectors,
Reapers.
Yeah, which there will be in time.
At some point, yeah, probably when 2nd edition comes out, which will be January, yes. February, if you did the Kickstarter with Recon, otherwise sometime next year. So this works for everyone, so if him or anyone else you take kills, say, a Reaper or a mechanical enemy, yeah. They get +1 to the dice roll, or +1 in melee, if they go up against someone else mechanical, because he's recorded them, yeah. And he's got some sort of idea of how to take them down a bit easier.
I suppose it'll work if you're playing it, if you're using this squad in a normal game, and because your opponents are all going to be human, they're all going to be the same race, aren't they? So then again, it's the same deal, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose.
So it comes down to whether your opponent's a good sport or not, and lets you. Obviously, you have to have your opponent's permission. At the start of the game, you don't just rock up and go, right, I'm using my custom team. If your opponent's a good enough sport about it, then I don't see why you wouldn't agree to it. Because it's a fun game, to be honest.
The problem with it is that there's no limited range for it if they're just against the normal squads or the squads we've got at the minute, where there's not many. They're all basically humans at the minute. But when we come on to designing the other team, such as the Geth, Cerberus and whatnot, there will be differences to the types and whatnot. So it will make a difference, such as Cerberus, because they have got one thing that they have got a few things that use Reaper technology, so they wouldn't technically count as humans effectively.
Okay.
So with Mordin, you're best off using him again, very supporting role.
Yeah, he isn't one to go on the front lines and draw fire.
He hasn't got any range support apart from the grenades at all. A little bit with the cryo shot, but that's short range.
You're probably best off sticking him behind, like a Kasumi or a Thane or a Rex. Even you can stick him behind, as in directly behind, so it gives him some cover, and then just use him in a support role. If your main person gets wounded, you can heal that person.
If he's within one of Shepherd, then could use leadership to decrease the roll needed for healing people.
So take it down to 7 rather than 8.
So not too bad.
No.
That's pretty much it for the Mass Effect squads.
That's all 10 done.
Yeah. Like I've said in the beginning of these, I did do Grunt and I did do Legion, but
we felt they weren't distinct enough.
Well, he didn't think so.
Alright then, I felt they weren't distinct enough. But, same kind of goes for Miranda, Jacob, Samara, and Ashley, Caden, whatever. We just didn't think they were distinct enough on their own. Because, if you've got a Sentinel Shepherd, what do you want Caden for? If you've got, again, like, you've got Liara, would Samara be that different?
You've got Jack, Liara, and
so
they're essentially the same thing, really.
The ones we've missed out. If you really, really, really want to see them, make them yourself.
Yeah, effectively.
Pretty much,
Well, that's it for the Mass Effect team.
Yeah.
You'll see some other videos for MERCS at some point.
If you stayed with us through all 11 videos, then good for you. You've earned a carrot. comments, you know, if you think we've done a good job, comment. If you think we haven't done a good job, keep it to yourself. We hope you like it, and we really hope that you give it a go and use it yourself, you know, try it yourself. Models for the teams, I found Hassle-Free Miniatures is a good place to go for.
They are very similar. Someone at our near gaming place, Sanctuary Games, did a Tally and a Rex.
I saw those, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good, but unless you're willing to convert Infinity models, which is a pain in itself.
Well, essentially, if you're good at sculpting, go for your life.
Yeah.
If you're good at converting, go for it. If you're not too good at converting, then have a look over at Hassle-Free Miniatures, and have a look through their Sci-Fi Humans or Modern Adventurers range. You will find a ton of stuff on there that maybe doesn't look exactly the same, but looks similar enough with a decent paint job. You can know, well, that's who we want it to be. So yeah, we really hope that you've liked what we've done, and that you give it a crack and have a go and have some fun with it. So
that's it. We are not Commander Shepard, but I'm sure he or she approves of these messages.
Yes, this is my favourite video on YouTube.
Right, that's it for now.
Yep.
Goodbye. Oh, go.